In this podcast, what we'll try and do is make the case for why WordPress. If in Web 101 we set the groundwork by saying, look, all you need is what we see here. We have HTML and we have CSS. And outside of that, all we really need is a host, right? To be able to put all of our code someplace on the web, right? And then that's really all we need for clients and customers to be able to come to us and to go to our web property. Now, it's true that that is, I guess, one way to be able to do this. But what I would tell you is that no professional is going to pick doing it the hard way on purpose. Most of us, once we get into our careers, would far rather use a platform, something where we have a defined set of tools that we can use that are essentially like building blocks, easy, shortcut code for us to be able to rapidly develop and deploy web pages, because a website, as we'll remember having discussed before, isn't always 2 or 3 or 4 pages like we've been able to create with HTML and CSS. A lot of these web properties are hundreds of pages of content. And what we really want is an all-in-one solution, something to develop our web pages, something to add functionality to our web pages, and something that's going to help us manage that property as a whole. The tool that we are going to use is WordPress. Now, WordPress is one of, I will tell you honestly, a host of content management solutions out there that we can use to develop a web page. But it's one of the most popular ones available, and it's one of the most powerful ones available. So if we were to go to Bloomberg.com and look at all the, I'm going to call it content here, that you can see, all of this was put together using WordPress. So that means that the web developers that Bloomberg hired didn't have to work from the ground up. They could use a bunch of prepackaged tools, take a theme or a template and make it look exactly the way that Bloomberg wanted to, and they still have time to be able to manage and maintain all of this crazy amount of content that's happening here. The cPanel blog, you might not know it yet, but cPanel is actually a tremendously popular plugin that actually allows web hosts to work. So I used cPanel when I created your web sites for WordPress to be able to install on there. I do all of that through cPanel. Their blog here, as you can see it, is actually maintained and created using WordPress. Actually, the entire country of Sweden uses WordPress to develop their very Swiss, I think those are the same countries, right? I have a geography problem. They're very Swedish, maybe that's more correct, website here. And I'll bring out the big guns here. Beyonce, part of her creative team, uses WordPress to be able to put together the site that we're using here. So why is it of value to use a content management platform as opposed to developing code from the ground up using HTML and CSS? Well, that's what we're going to spend the next 3 weeks trying to find out.